Finding the calm in the midst of chaos. February 11, 2017. Please remember that chaos always precedes change, as you must disarticulate the third-dimensional matrix that allows the chaos to attach to the consciousness of those still trapped in the 3D matrix. The United States, which was meant to be the flashpoint of planetary ascension, is now in great chaos. Within that chaos, those who seek power over others move forward to have their last stand against the oncoming light that only those who have found their own power within will discover. The power over others is battling those who live by their own power within. Power over others has no spiritual support, as it goes against Gaia's innate fifth-dimensional consciousness. Those who live by power within are free of the 3D matrix, and in the ongoing process of their consciousness merging with their fifth-dimensional and multidimensional self. On the other hand, the power over others can only merge with the 3D matrix and the lower astral plane. The 3D matrix and the lower, fourth-dimensional astral plane are only connected to Gaia via the 3D matrix. This 3D matrix was constructed to stabilize Gaia after the destruction of Lemuria and Atlantis nearly caused her to fall off her planetary axis. This 3D matrix served to assist Gaia's healing in the same manner that a cast on a human's broken arm assists with the healing of that arm. However, if a human breaks their arm and wears their cast long after their arm is healed, it would greatly endanger the future health of that arm. In the same manner, Gaia's body has been healed enough that she no longer needs that 3D matrix to catch her before she falls off of her assigned position of orbit around the soul, the Sun. Due to the wonderful assistance that Gaia has received from her sister planet Venus, as well as her galactic family of the Council of the Pleiadians, Sirians, and the Arcturians, Gaia is healed enough now to release her 3D matrix and to return to the frequency of her fifth-dimensional planetary self. However, the power over others Illuminati, who were largely responsible for Gaia's initial injury, are fighting to retain the 3D matrix. They know that Gaia's innate fifth-dimensional frequency is too high for them to maintain their attachment to and power over Gaia's third-dimensional version of reality. Because those who live by power over others can only adhere to Gaia's third and lower astral plane, they are spewing fear and power over others into the third-dimensional matrix, which is the only area of Gaia that they can control. Meanwhile, despite the efforts of the Dark Ones, or you could call them the Lost Ones, it is the now for the expansion for Gaia's frequency rate to increase into the resonance of the fifth dimension. We will now take a moment to share with you what we mean by the resonance of the fifth dimension. Each dimension of Gaia has an innate oscillation of protons and electrons. The third-dimensional matrix created an energy field around Gaia to dampen Gaia's fall from her innate multidimensional matrix into her third-dimensional matrix. In this manner, the third-dimensional matrix served as a frequency net, so that Gaia would not fall into any frequency lower than the third dimension. However, Gaia's fall disconnected her planetary connection to her innate multidimensional planetary self. As Gaia's frequency became lower and lower, many of her fifth-dimensional portals closed, as they could not function in such a low resonance. These portals were very important, because it was through these portals that the full force of multidimensional light could enter her planet to rejuvenate Gaia. Fortunately, many members of Gaia's galactic family began taking incarnations as humans on her planet, with the intention of opening Gaia's innate fifth-dimensional portals. These fifth-dimensional portals were vital because they allowed a constant flow of multidimensional light to flow directly into Gaia's core crystals. It was important for the multidimensional flow of light to move directly into Gaia's core crystals, for if the higher light had gone directly into Gaia's 3D matrix, which served as a cast for her wounded planetary body, she would not be able to digest and assimilate the higher frequencies of light. If a human had a cast on their arm for a long time, that arm would not be able to carry the weight of holding and carrying heavy objects. Also, the neural pathways that went through the wounded arm and into the hand would need to be rehabilitated before that hand could assume its former tasks. In order for Gaia to return to her innate, fifth-dimensional and beyond planetary self, She needed all of the time since her near fall off of her axis during the destruction of Atlantis to fully heal her planetary self. The forces of darkness are aware of this fact. They are also aware that they cannot resonate to the fifth dimension. Therefore, they are doing all they can to spread fear. What they do not realize is that in certain areas of her planet, Gaia has already moved into her fourth dimensional and beyond planetary self. Therefore, the forces of darkness must remain on the 3D matrix, as they cannot tolerate the fifth dimensional light. The resonance of the fifth dimension makes the Dark Ones' minds work too fast and their hearts beat too fast. When this occurs, their thinking becomes erratic, and their emotions become so fearful that they begin to fall out of alignment with even the third dimensional matrix to which their resonance has trapped them. Hence, they are stuck in the third dimension because their minds cannot understand of the fifth dimension, and their emotions cannot tolerate the frequency of unconditional love. We realize that, to many of you on Earth, it appears as though the darkness is in control. However, since what one cannot perceive, one cannot experience, these Dark Ones have come to the very end of their perceptual abilities. Because their choice to live via power over others, they are unable to perceive the fifth dimensional reality that many of our awakening ones are enjoying. Furthermore, since one cannot consciously experience what they cannot perceive, the Dark Ones are not aware that a higher dimensional reality exists just beyond their perceptions. On the other hand, the Ascending Ones are now regaining their innate inner power that had become muffled by the fear of what has been spewed out into their reality. In California, Gaia has suffered a long drought. But now, California has recovered, and what has died or turned yellow has now been reborn and returned to that which is a verdant green. What Gaia is saying to humanity by this deep healing of her land is that no matter how difficult it gets, just enough water, emotional support, and clear sky, loving thinking, can turn a negative situation to a positive situation which is filled with new life. You, the ascending members of Gaia, are beings of unconditional love for your dear planet as well as within your own unity consciousness. You are also aware of your intimate relationship with the violet fire to unconditionally love and transmute the darkness to new dawn. Often, it is much easier to be angry at and afraid at the darkness. However, you have the multidimensional ability to heal the darkness with your own unconditional love and violet fire. On the other hand, the darkness has already lost their battle to take Earth because she, Gaia, is shedding her former need for her third dimensional matrix to return to her innate, multidimensional planetary self. We know you will join her, as we can see your ever-expanding light. When you share your expanding light with beloved Gaia, the planet on whom you have chosen to take this embodiment, your innate unconditional love and violet fire will greatly assist Gaia with her planetary ascension. We, your galactic family, thank you for all that you are doing for your planetary mother. We, the collective of all your higher dimensional selves, are assisting all of our grounded ones, who have expanded our essence from our starships, our home world, and our myriad higher dimensional realities to assist you, the members of Gaia. We send our blessings and our assistance. All we ask is that you call us, and we will be there, as we already are with you. After all, we could not leave you, because we are you in a higher frequency of reality. Blessings from your galactic family, and we thank you for all that you are doing for your planetary mother. Channeled by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com